it's so hard to choose between belief and what we do on a daily basis. And we don't have to choose between Deen and Dunya. It's about being able to incorporate your belief into your life, so that way you don't have to choose one. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 9 ways that I'm able to incorporate Deen into my Dunya, so that way I'm able to have a balance. And I hope this video motivates you, so let's get into the video. The number 1 thing is being able to prioritize. It's really important to realize that it's about being able to prioritize your Deen over the Dunya, but also being able to incorporate the Deen in the Dunya. So what I mean by that is, for example, when it comes to prayer, being able to prioritize the fact that yes, you do have to pray at certain specific times of your day, and making your schedule around those prayer times, so that way you're able to accommodate both for your Deen and also prioritizing your Dunya, whatever that you do on your day, on a daily basis, and moving those forward after prayer, so that way you're able to hop in and actually get things done as well. On that note, it's really important to create a schedule that helps you prioritize your religious activities such as prayer, fasting, reading Quran, your family, and leisure time. It's very important to have a structured schedule. For most people, when you ask them, they don't have a schedule where it incorporates religious activities, and that's how it gets hard to balance both at the same time. In my calendar, I'm able to have prayer times, Quran time, seeking out more Islamic knowledge time, and also what I do on a daily basis. So I'm able to, if I had meetings, be able to schedule my meetings for Dhuhr, Asr, and also be able to understand these are the times that I want my activities around. Being able to seek out for jobs, for example, jobs that kind of allows you the flexibility to be able to pray more. For instance, when I was going in person for college, I chose classes that rotated around. So on Fridays, I didn't have to go to school, or maybe I finished school before 12 because I wanted to go to Jummah. So it's taking those small decisions and being able to decide in different sectors of your life, so that way your schedule is structured in a way that yes, you have time for practicing, and you also have time for leisure and family in this Dunya. That way it all blends seamlessly together, and you have a routine that works for you and accommodates for both. Practice mindfulness. It is really important to know that you're doing this particular act because perhaps it serves your religious views, or it serves your worldly goals. Whatever it is, it's not bad to practice, but it's really important to be mindful of what you're practicing, so that way you're achieving both goals. You're achieving goals in both realms, and you're able to make them seamlessly blend. This could mean that you're mindful that if you've taken classes that go up to 12:30 on a Friday, or you take a job that goes up to Jummah, like right after Jummah, then you can't make it to Jummah prayer. Or maybe you make it to Jummah prayer, but you are mindful enough to find a prayer location that is closer to that job location. That way you could, right after your break, go ahead and still make it to Jummah. Or maybe it's praying Dhuhr and Asr, and you're able to say, okay, this job, I'm mindful that it gives me the flexibility to be able to pray in a certain designated area, or maybe even has the option for me to pray in my office. Whatever it is, be mindful of it, so that you're consciously making decisions that help you be successful in both divisions. Another thing is integration. Find ways to integrate your religious beliefs into your daily activities. This doesn't only necessarily mean fasting, praying, giving zakat, or going to Hajj. This means also being able to stay truthful, finding activities that allows you to continue to be truthful, being honest, being kind towards others. In this way, you're able to have both at the same time. It's really important to partake in organizations or activities that allows you to continue to be an honest person. That way, you're still able to practice Islam, because honesty is a big part of Islam, right? So being able to practice honesty, being able to practice gratitude, being able to serve others is also a way that you can integrate the Dunya you can integrate the beliefs that you have into your activities, and it makes it easier for you to practice. Continue to seek education. Education is really important. One thing that people don't seek is education when it comes to Islam. They reach a certain juz, they reach a certain understanding, and people think that, oh, that's all they need. No, continue to educate yourself. That way you're able to honestly make decisions. Educate yourself not only regarding Islam, but also regarding activities in this dunya. Because when you're educated, you're able to make more accurate decisions. You're able to make more meaningful decisions. Whereas when you're not educated on a certain topic, it's a lot easier for you to make decisions that you are not based on, that you might regret later. Whereas when you're not educated on a certain topic, you allow it for someone else to kind of just tell you what to do without understanding exactly why you're doing it. So educate yourself not only when it comes to Islam, which means like understanding hadith, understanding the Sharia laws, understanding what Islam says about different circumstances and different rulings. For instance, even hijab, understanding that yes, Islam recommends that women are dressed in a modest way and wear hijab, right? And understand the laws in your country. For instance, I live in the US. I live in the US where you have religious freedom to practice your religion. So being able to understand my rights when it comes to living in the US, and also being able to understand the recommendations from Quran, allows me to be able to have best practice. Because if I go somewhere else and someone's intimidating me to not wear my hijab or take off my hijab, then I know, hey, this is not the ruling in this country, or this is not allowed, you can't do this to me. And I also have Islam that yes, this is what is recommended of me and I can defend it. So being able to educate yourself not only when it comes to Islam, but also when it comes to this dunya, allows you to make proper decisions and meaningful decisions. Let's get into the next point. It is also important to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself physically and mentally and emotionally, because once you are able to take care of yourself, then you can actually practice both Islam and be able to have a successful life in this dunya. Once you take care of yourself, you're able to have a balance in practicing Islam and also being successful in what you do in this dunya. When you take care of yourself, it's so important. Of course, when you don't take care of your emotional health, your physical health, and your mental health, then it becomes a problem for you in your daily activities, because you might be depressed. You might get depressed and not be able to do what you need to do, right? Same goes for Islam. When you're in a depressive mood, you're not able to really practice Islam well, because you lack the ability to connect, and you're going to be down for so long. You're not going to be able to be up and going, get involved in community activities, get involved in charitable activities, get involved in even salah sometimes, right? Because you're so down. So really being able to take care of yourself physically and mentally is really important, not only for this dunya, but for the akhirah as well, for your well-being, for this dunya, and your religious beliefs as well. Because being able to understand that yes, if you're down and you're not physically taking care of yourself or emotionally, you're not going to be able to partake in activities that allows you to earn a meaningful living, so that you can actually practice your religion. So it's really important to take care of yourself. If I haven't said that enough, let's get into the other point. Make sure that you practice flexibility and forgiveness. Very important. Please don't think that this is not a spectrum. This is very much so a spectrum where you go up, and you fall down, and you get back up again, and you get going. So forgive yourself for your shortcomings and make a plan to get better. It's always important to just make a plan of getting better. Once you fall short, go ahead and forgive yourself, ask Allah for forgiveness, and keep on moving forward. It's really important not to fixate on your shortcomings so much so that it draws you back. And it's also important to engage in communities that also uplift you, that also support you, and have the same kind of morals and values and beliefs, especially when it comes to Islam and what we do in our communities. So that way you're uplifted, you feel uplifted, and you're able to have some sort of support when you need it. But please keep forgiving yourself and keep moving forward. Make sure that you're always moving forward, and that you're always forgiving yourself for your shortcomings, and making an actual plan to to deviate from that shortcoming and make sure that you're able to progress. Make sure that you're regularly reflecting on your shortcomings and how you're doing things and where you're at in a certain time of your life. Always reflect, because it helps you understand where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there, which is really important. If you're not reflecting, if you're not indulging in self-reflection, it's a lot easier to lose track and kind of miss the entire point. So if you don't do anything, just make sure you're reflecting, you're taking the time, even if it's not a long time. If you're not journaling, that's okay. If you're maybe just taking an audio session, like you're making a podcast, just turning on that audio recorder or on your phone and kind of reflect on what you've done. If you don't want to write, and then listen to it and kind of taking points and moving forward, it's also important. Seek guidance. Make sure you're reaching out to scholars, counselors, people who have knowledge in Islam, who can help you keep your balance of this deen and the dunya. It's not an easy task to do. Sometimes it's easier said than done. So make sure that you seek guidance. If you're looking into getting into something else, or you just need more information, seek guidance so it's a lot easier for you and you don't have to figure it all out on your own. If you're already watching this video, that means you're seeking guidance, and continue to seek guidance so you find it easier on your path. Please remember that finding balance between deen and dunya looks different for everyone, and it comes at a different stage for everyone in their life. The most important thing is to keep seeking balance and keep doing what you're doing and changing when it's needed, so that way you can find balance with your deen and your dunya. If this video has brought any value to you, please go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and also check out more videos on the playlist so that you have more information.